Carla, I missed the first part of that. You're still in Texas?
Yes, she is. She's leaving soon. Hi, everyone. This is Tuesday Talks. Today is Tuesday, September 13th. This is your first time joining us or watching the recording. This is a weekly gathering with church communicators, and we just share what's coming down the pike, ask questions, offer some ideas and tips, and try to collaborate whenever possible, try to brainstorm stuff together. So without further ado, I will go ahead and get us started. The first item today is about the Affordable Housing Symposium. I'm going to share my screen so you can see a little bit more about it. So this article was included in last week's conference newsletter, and it's just telling you a little bit about the event that's coming up in October 29th. That is a Saturday, and it's right before Halloween. I'm sorry, but that's just when it worked out. It's for 3 hours, and it may end a little bit earlier, but they want to make sure that you've blocked out those 3 hours in case it does fill up that whole 3 hours. Part of what you'll find out in the symposium is about this photo is one of the actual housing developments in California, where it was multi-million-dollar development, but the organization didn't hardly have to pay anything at all. It's the developers that raise the funds, and they do the management of it and all that business. So you'll hear stories from churches that are doing this already in California. We don't have any more that are doing this in the Desert Southwest Conference. And so that's part of why this is such a great event for the Desert Southwest Conference, to get us going on that. You may remember years ago we had UMOM and TMM. Both of them are family ministry organizations now, but they used to be a ministry of a church. And anyway, so you'll hear more about what this is all about, what it takes. And it's not just for churches that are already on that path. This is for churches that maybe, that you've got property that you need to develop, or maybe buildings that you're not really using anymore. It's for churches that are thriving in ministry and struggling in ministry. It's basically for everyone. And if you register before the end of this month, September, the registration fee is $0. It's totally free. But if you register after that, and right now registration is really only open for Desert Southwest Conference, California Pacific Conference. I think there's other United Methodist conferences that might be able to register right now, but maybe they don't get to register until after that September 30th deadline. And after that, there's other organizations that will participate as well. And for them, it's going to be $299. So this is, you don't want to wait. I know that the registration was already open, and you can go here to this link to get to it, but it wasn't letting you select the ticket that is free. Now it is. Oh, there it is. There it is. Now you can. So that was an issue before, but now it's been fixed. So you can select the free ticket, and you'll be able to either watch it one-on-one, but the best thing really would be to host a watch party at your church, invite members from your church or your community to listen to the presentation, because then it opens up a conversation. Now you know what's involved in doing a ministry like this, and your church can have a conversation on whether or not it's the right fit. So there's no pressure. It's just a conversation, and it's totally free. So questions about this? Go ahead, Michael.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it open to other denominations as well?
It will be. I know Arizona Faith Network is going to advertise it as well, but for them, it won't be free, and they'll be able to register after this month. That's when their publicity is going to start, and then they'll be able to register, and it'll be $299.
What is the presentation that we're getting offered to visit or to view? going to be UMC specific? Or in other words, if I set this up to do a watch party and I invite pastors from other churches, maybe local officials to come and take a look at it, would that be useful for them?
That's a great question. So it's not UMC specific. It's for, let's see, because I mean, we are going to invite other organizations. It makes sense that you would want to invite some other areas near you because you might want to partner with them. So it's totally up to you. One of the goals, besides creating affordable housing, which is a huge issue right now, is that this opportunity is going to benefit United Methodist churches, right? Benefit the Desert Southwest Conference churches to make them be this thriving hub in their community. So I understand how, it's certainly possible that I know there's like some of our churches that do like collaborative ministries with other churches, some that aren't even UMC, like youth ministries or whatever. So this could fall under something like that. It's up to you to go ahead and invite them to be a part of your watch party, but they wouldn't be able to host their own watch party without doing the $299 registration fee. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any other questions about that? Okay. Then let's move on to the next item. So Hispanic Heritage Month begins in 2 days. And in case you're looking for resources, so what I'm showing you right now is on the conference calendar. So I set it in there, and I'm going to start doing it this way from now on, as sort of like to have a reminder of what's coming up. You could always preview and see what else is coming up. And then I'll link in there a few resources, but I also have the new Hispanic Latino Ministry Committee page linked in that calendar event item. And you'll find other stuff in here that's useful, could be good resources. Maybe this is a time where, so you can see some of the Hispanic heritage. Maybe this is a time that you look at what it would be like to offer bilingual worship. Or I don't know, there could be other resources here that could benefit your community, your church. So I encourage you to take a look at that. Questions about this? Okay, the next item is about Disability Awareness Sunday, Disability Awareness and Advocacy Sunday. So this time I'm showing you backwards. This is the committee page for disability ministries. And if I click here, it just takes us to the conference calendar page. And you'll be able to see resources there, but you can also find resources like I showed you with the Hispanic one right on their page that you could use to see if you qualify for a grant, to see if your church is set up properly to have that special service. So take a look at that. Questions about that? No? Okay. Next one is about the newsletter options and the changes that's going on. So the Desert Southwest Conference newsletter was a monthly newsletter, but we're starting to shift to offer it as a weekly digest. So now what you can do is either subscribe to your district news or the conference news. There is going to be different content on the different newsletters. So the district newsletter is going to have a lot more leadership development stuff in it, things that are specific to your district, maybe news about churches in your district. The conference newsletter is going to have more denominational stuff or information from our conference committees. So all of these different committees down here will have content at different times, and you can either subscribe to their newsletter directly and get that one. If Church and Society published an article yesterday, today at 3:00 you would get, and you subscribe to this newsletter, today at 3:00 you would get that one article via email from Church and Society, or any other, same thing for any of these topics. If it sounds like it's something that you're interested in, I recommend that you subscribe to it, and you'll get that one article at a time via email. Or if you just subscribe to the Desert Southwest Conference Weekly Digest, any articles that were published the past week by any of these conference committees, you'll get them all on, I don't remember. I think Thursdays is when we're going to be publishing the conference weekly digest. So does that make sense? Okay, there's one item here. Where is it? There it is, meeting minutes. That seems kind of weird. That's not a committee. All of our committees are going to start publishing their meeting minutes on the conference website, and all of our committee chairpersons and conference staff is going to start receiving their meeting minutes for all these different committees via email. The idea there is just to raise awareness and hopefully encourage more collaboration across committees, but it may be helpful for, I don't know, for the individual maybe to find out about the religion and race meeting minutes or the Hispanic Latino ministry meeting minutes. If any of those sound of interest to you, I recommend that you subscribe to the meeting minutes and you'll get there. These are not fancy newsletters. The meeting minutes is just like what you normally see of meeting minutes. There's no pictures involved. It's just brief notes on what they covered. And so then the last step, of course, we still have our conference camping news, so you could subscribe to those. But so you would just check mark whichever ones you want to subscribe to, and then select email and click subscribe after you've filled out your email address, first name, last name. And it's just that easy. At any point, you can open up a newsletter that you receive via email. At the bottom of it, you'll see a link to adjust your subscription preferences. If you decide, yeah, I'm getting too many or I'm not getting enough, you can click on that to adjust your subscriptions and unsubscribe or subscribe to more of them, whatever you want. Questions about that? No.
Christina, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're already subscribed to some, do you have to recheck them when you do this, or will you still be subscribed to them?
Thanks. No, if you're already subscribed to something, these changes does not change your subscription preferences. It's just offering you additional options. And it's in this case, if you were subscribed to the conference newsletter, it just means that you're going to start getting it on a weekly basis. Okay. You're welcome. All right, next item. So I had a question about the brand standards. I shared this link with you all before. Apparently there was a slight, discrepancy between the branding at a glance and the actual, wherever it is there it is, the brand colors. So Resource UMC is now aware of that. They're going to update it to make sure it all matches. It was just the branding at a glance that has a slightly different red, a CMYK red than the official logo colors, but it was pretty close. So if you happen to have used the branding at a glance, I wouldn't be too worried about it being different, but I will include the color code in my follow-up notes just so you can double check easily. Questions about that? Okay, last item. No, that was the last item. Was that the last item? Let me double check my notes. Oh yeah, that was it. Wow, 14 minutes. That was super quick. All right, y'all. Unless there's any questions or something that somebody wants to share, I think we're going to be wrapping it up. So don't forget to check out the conference calendar, dscumc.org, and click on the calendar button at the top, or the calendar name, I should say, and just scroll through to see what else is coming up. I'm trying to add in there more. And I think it was because of you, Michael, that had asked about, do you have a place that shows the special Sundays, a place that, all this stuff. And those pieces of information were on different calendars, different resources. So we all need it. Might as well put it on our conference calendar. So that's what I'm doing. So thank you for that suggestion, Michael, or that question. Slow and steady, but it's happening. All right. Well, thank you all for joining me today. 15-minute meeting. Awesome. Hope you have a great rest of your day and week. See you next week.